Now, we could talk about reverse T3 too. Let's talk briefly about that. So, because I had elevated reverse T3 years ago
Yes.
and I felt it. And you explained to me that like a reverse T3, you had an analogy about like a blank bullet in the gun and how
Yes.
essentially when the reverse T3 is really elevated, like maybe above 25 or so, that all of a sudden, even if free T3 was fine, that the reverse would mess it up. Can you just explain to people the whole reverse T3 thing, why you might feel like crap if your thyroid numbers look good, but reverse T3's up?
Yeah, it's like driving in a parking lot, right? And then they have all the cones in the VIP spots. You can't park, right? So you got this hormone. That's your car going to the parking lot. And then reverse T3, it's like the cone in the parking spot. You have this functional parking spot. You want to park your car, but you can't do it because the cone's there. Or my other analogy that I give is you put blanks in the gun. The blanks take up the space in that magazine cartridge. You can't put a real bullet in, but when you pull the trigger, you don't actually get a bullet, you just get sound. So you don't have that same metabolic activation of increasing temperature, increasing energy, increasing blood flow, increasing DNA cellular response. You don't get that. And so even though your T3 levels could look decent, if you have high levels of reverse T3, that could be impacting your T3 from docking and binding into that receptor site. And again, the question is, why is the reverse T3 elevated? This is where we look at adrenal function. This is where we look at liver function. This is where we look at certain nutrients like selenium play a really important role. What if someone's insulin resistant and has a non-alcoholic fatty liver and they have a lot of ALT or AST enzymes and inflammatory liver? That could impact liver conversion and activation of T3 as well, or reverse T3. So these are all important things where you just have to come in and look at the root cause. And we may give things like glutathione or NAC to help. We may give things like milk thistle or silymarin or extra selenium, but you have to get to the root cause too.
Well, I think in my case, it was my gut too, because I was having trouble putting on weight. Like I got skinny when I had mold
Absorption.
exposure
Yep.
and, I had H. pylori, I had parasites, I had Lyme. Like I've been through hell. And so I think for me, it was a combination of the gut and then, like you said, probably the liver stress from the mold and stuff. So I'm much better now. I've been able to put on some muscle. I'm stronger than I've ever been. So, I mean, it took me a decade really to get through this. I just
Yes.
want to encourage people like this is not an overnight fix. If you've been suffering for a while, expect on average a year or more to really recover. And if you've suffered for 20, 30 years, don't send us an email complaining you're not better in 3 weeks on the protocol. Like, please, you've been sick for a decade. You've been sick for 20